I'm your host, Sean Walchef. This is a Cali BBQ Media production. We believe that every business needs to be digital first, especially brick and mortar businesses like restaurants. We also believe that every business is in the hospitality business, whether they know it or not. We started this crazy show back in 2017. It was called Behind the Smoke Barbecue War Stories. Nobody was listening. For 5 years, we put out media content on this crazy idea that a restaurant could become a media company. And sure enough, we finally figured it out. So we're in year 7 now. We've got lots of shows. We produce shows for other brands, but more importantly, we get to connect with restaurateurs, hospitality professionals, technology professionals that are changing the game in our industry. Today, I've got Tai Fujimura and Brian Fisher, Cover Worldwide. Tai, what's up?
Yep. What's going on, man? Nice to meet you all. Thanks for having us. A lot of good stuff up here in Chicago, man. Getting this software platform up and running. Cover, yeah. So we're super busy getting that rolling, trying to find our footing and market fit and all that fun stuff.
So
that's what's happening over here.
I'd be lying if I told you that you were the first tech founder that was a previous restaurant owner. Lots of tech founders have.
So I think that that's a problem. I think there's one of the reasons why.
To be honest, it's a competitive advantage.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that really speaks to Cover, and that it's designed, concepted, and built out by myself. And Brian's been helping with the user experience and the fit. Obviously we have a great group of guys banging on the keys, right? But coming from this perspective, knowing that I am the target audience, Brian is the target users, that I think it really gives us a competitive advantage. And it's really strange, and I think that really speaks to these antiquated solutions that we're looking to topple, is that they are produced transactionally, right? They don't really understand the hospitality bit of what we do, and I think they really, quite frankly, exacerbate problems that pain points that everybody suffers from here, and this cost control, right? How do we save some money, and how do we find the great talent, and how do we move our concepts forward? The solutions that we have available to us now, I believe, don't help that cause, don't help that goal setting become achieved. And it almost exacerbates the problem. Let's try to find a way that we can help people extend the lifespan of their restaurants, extend the careers of those people that work within them, to then offer and become a better industry, something that has a better culture around it. Something that when people ask, like, oh, you're in the restaurant business, why? The people should be like, you're in the restaurant business, great. I hear all this new change is happening there. So Covers is leading that conversation, right? We're really excited about it. And I agree with you. Coming from the owner operator side, the idea behind developing the software platform and the applications within it was, how do I have a resource for a person like myself, right? Like, I started doing this when I was 27, and I had certainly no business doing it at that time. Yep. But if I was 27 now and I was entering into this, like, what kind of resources would be awesome for me to help me not make expensive mistakes like I made in the past? 2002, things like seems like light years ago. When you look at technology and how digital came into this very analog industry, right? So I know that we're going to provide not only applications and means to help people, but the peer support, the culture that is needed in our industry, I think, right now at the moment.
What is the pain point that Cover solves?
Cover solves several pain points. Most importantly, the labor issue and cost of operations. Those are the top pain points that we want to look at. Beyond that, there's career matching. There's entering into the actual marketplace, into the industry. But at the top level, it's about saving money and earning more money, right? How do we save money in operations for a restaurateur by providing them needed staff at times that they need them? Can they provide? Can we have chefs that share creations and recipes that a restaurateur can then expand his or her service in that restaurant to maybe realize the full potential of the concept? Right? Spin up different dishes, R&D costs, lower those, right? And at the same time, on the flip side of that coin, are these chefs and mixologists, other front of house folks that they're working 3-4 days a week, and they would love to make a little bit of extra dough. Unfortunately, we see a lot of folks that will leave a job they love to work at another job which they don't really like but pays them more, right? The job security has superseded now the passion for actual working within the hospitality industry, right? People are in the hospitality industry, they get in there for a reason, and now they're just scraping to survive, right? So what we're trying to do with Cover is we want to keep those people that are in roles that they love and give them an opportunity to pick up a little bit of extra dough on the side, pick up that extra shift, supplement their income, so then they stay at that chef position. So they stay in that pastry position, mixologist position at the restaurant they love to work at, and then extend their career. And then ideally, what does that also do? It helps that restaurateur keep a firm footing, right? That, we hate to think about like what happens when that person leaves. That person's going to leave if I can't do this for them, right? So those are the two major pain points. And then through that, right, job security leads to, better quality of life. Job security for the restaurateur lets them, spend more freely on other things that build the restaurant. So at the top level, that's what Cover and these 4 applications within it are hitting those 2 major pain points, and then through there's other kind of subsequent solves for it. But
Awesome.
those are the 2 big things that I think have really been exacerbated by COVID and all that. But those are the top line items.
Brian, what are you working on?
I'm trying to do my best to make sure that there's engaging content, recipes that are interesting, and really get my foot in anywhere I can to help out at this point.
One big thing that Brian
how'd you guys meet?
Product market fit, right? How do we meet? Oh, that's a good story, man. Go ahead, you tell me about
that. We met when I was working at Schwa about 10 plus years ago, 12 years ago.
Yep.
And Ty's restaurant was around the corner, so he would pop in every so often. And fast friends right away. So
awesome.
Yeah, it was
yesterday.
Yeah, cool relationship, man. Like I would finish up service at one of my restaurants, and I would bring a bottle of sake or wine over, and they would still be in full swing at their place, and I would stand in the corner of the kitchen and
Can you hear me, Ty? Can you hear me? I can't hear your audio. Unfortunately, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? You can go out of the room and then come back in.
All right.
There we go. Sweet.
There we go. Here.
Uh,
Yeah. So sorry about that. Because
All good.
we're working. We go. But Jim, talking more about Chef Nights. One thing that's really important is whole product market fit, right? So are we developing the platform that works for people like Chef, people like myself? So he's been really integral in really like taking him. We built to a certain extent, and they're like, dude, you take a look at it. What else can we do to make it better, right? And that's been huge because coming from a restaurateur point of view, I think I've like got to a certain point, but then I can only do so much for another segment where I need to bring in somebody true professional. It's all about like kind of staying in your lane and surround yourself with great people, and that's what's been successful for me as a restaurateur, and that's what's bringing this to life and really, I believe, making it a really great fit for the marketplace.
What do you think is the biggest lesson that you've learned? The biggest mistake you've made as a restaurateur?
Thinking that it's going to get better next week. It's like, I think everybody's been like, you know what, we're going to roll this out next week. Let's see how service goes, and then we'll figure it out. I think that was a big thing for me, where it's like, okay, staying true to the concept and all that is great, but sometimes I think people go further than they should before they ask for help. And or look for resources, and I've fallen victim to that, whether it's hubris or whatnot. I think that there's a lot in that industry that's like, you know what, I wouldn't do it myself. I can't ask for help. Like, I'm a strong individual,
Yeah.
But once I've quickly realized that, you know what, I can't do everything, right? Being nimble is important. So find people that will help prop you up and do better, make you better, but at the same time will collectively make the entire bit stronger, right? Yep. That's kind of like something I've learned over the course of the years. I was like, okay, this I've done wrong. How do I change that? And change isn't easy. You know what I mean? Like, change is certainly not easy once you kind of get like, this is how I've always done it. So it's that's it.
I think true to that point, cover reflects a lot of that. Like, all those mistakes are rolled into this so that other people don't make them in the future.
Yeah, that's a good point.
When you look at other tech companies in the restaurant tech space, who do you admire? Who do you look up to? Do you have any mentors?
That's a tough question. There are places that will look and we kind of see, all right, I like what's happening here, but like look and feel. But I will tell you, like, I don't have any mentors or people that I'm going to look up to, be like, you know what, these guys are doing a great job with this tech, because what I'm looking up toward to find, like, there's a void there, right? Yep. I can't say, you know what, this guy spun up this reservation system, that's cool. This POS, I look up to that, but that's great. But I'm looking at, but for like someone in this industry that's really making a big change, it's hard to identify that, and that's one of the reasons why we entered into the space, was, can we be that resource for folks? Now, inspiration out and about, I find inspiration from, quite frankly, I find inspiration from children. I find inspiration from my kids, that their ability to, pick up and move and learn and assimilate and make mistakes and roll with that. That's where I'm finding people that I look up to. The completely opposite direction. I'm not looking at the professionals and the tech people. Like, it's nice to see pure, honest, like, feeling and emotion, and that's what I've really been charged by lately. I'll be honest with you. That's what's really been getting me going.
Are you bootstrapping this? Are you getting investors? Where are you guys at?
100% bootstrapping, man. We're bootstrapping it, and I think we're in a good place with that. Obviously, we're not going to do that all the way, but we're bootstrapping it, brother.
Amazing. Are we live?
Yeah. So we're live. Covers up there about a month ago. It has 4 applications within it, Sean. One is Cover Connect. One is the Culinary Exchange, the Nosh Pit, and Chef Chat. Right. The Culinary Exchange is the lifeblood of it. This is where people can use it for the recipe exchange, sharing, monetization, self-promotion, that type of bit. And the Cover Connect. These are the 2 big ones. Cover Connect is our answer for a job board, right? But one thing that we want to do with the job board is not only make it affordable, where as a member, post as many jobs as you want. We're not going to nickel and dime you for $60 a post and then boost it for this, and next thing you know, you're spending $1,000 on trying to get somebody in the door, right? But we also want to focus on what's up with these gigs, man? These one-offs. What can we do with stagiaire programs? How can we help people, pull up pop-ups? That type of stuff to help people either realize what they want to do with that, or side hustle, whatever. But that's a big piece of it. So the Culinary Exchange, will help with that R&D costs, so those operational costs we spoke about earlier. Cover Connect helps with that supplementing income, maybe picking up another shift, maybe learning a little bit more of a trade, so I can enter into the industry with more experience than just coming out of culinary school. Chef Chat is our platform messenger, so connect with other people on the platform without having to go to email and text me or whatnot. It's all right there, right? And then lastly, Nosh Pit, which is like a catch-all type of bit where articles, postings, all kinds of fun stuff, more of a community bit. So you can look for jobs, you can self-promote, you can trade, you can monetize, you can chat, and all this is happening in one place, right? We're finding solutions and competing out there, but best thing is it all dovetails together in one really spectacular ecosystem that's fun to look at. It functions awesome, right? It's free to become a user. There's membership levels that are on 30-day trials at this point. So we invite people to go there and sign up. Kinds of fun stuff on there for just being a free user, right? Recipes, articles, all kinds of fun stuff there. So yeah, it's live and it is ready for public consumption.
Awesome. Brian, is there anything that I should have asked you that I didn't ask you?
Me?
Yeah, you joined the party. You're in the back seats. I think you might be the first guest that I've ever had on a show that joined from the couch. Like full on kicked back.
It's on brand, baby.
Hey, the Double Decker podcast. I'm down with it. Go for it.
Let's go. Yeah, man.
What do you think, Brian? Anything we should know?
I think Ty did a pretty good job of summing it all up. I'll just make a mess if I start bad.
Where should I go eat in Chicago?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think my favorite place right now is Virtue in White Park. It's just very comforting, very delicious food.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Nice.
100%.
Ty, is there anything else you want to make sure our audience knows?
Was that now?
Anything else you want to make sure? Yeah, where would you eat?
Yeah,
I
want to make sure people know that they can go on this platform and kick the tires for $0. Take a look around, find your footing there, and tell all your friends. It's right now. It's all about finding and people to come there and giving us feedback. How can we make it better? So that's what we're looking. That's what we're looking for. And then ideally, we get to the point where the movement is cranking, and then we're like it's all working together. Perfect world.
Sweet. Well, if you guys are watching this or listening, you can join our live show. We do a Rising Tides live show every Wednesday, every Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. London time. We got restaurateurs, technology professionals, sales professionals, marketers that join us. It's a chance for you to join us and let us know about your story. If you guys want to reach out to me, it's at Sean P. Walchef, ShawnPWalchef. Ty, what's the best place for people to connect with you and Brian?
Coverworldwide.com is where you can get online, check out the platform, sign up. Instagram, Brian Fisher, Cover Worldwide, Ty Fujimura on Instagram. But yeah, hit it up. Coverworldwide.com. Come get some.
Awesome. We appreciate Mike Fishman for making the intro. Appreciate what you
Absolutely.
guys are doing. Thank you for
Thank you.
finding a gap and actually doing something about it. A lot of people
Thank you.
bitch and
Yeah.
complain. You guys are actually doing something about it. So thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Right on. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Good.
All right. Peace.